Platform. Don't know why we're not live on PumpFun. There we go. Okay, now we're in business, so I'll start again. Fantastic. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. This is day 7. We're streaming for day 7 in a row since I launched the project last Sunday. This is live streaming for Building in Public for the PumpFun Hackathon. My name is Major. Welcome. And this is my product, Upscalp. So we've been live streaming every day for the last 7 days. And what I was thinking today is I've been doing on most of the days, what I've been doing is doing a brief introduction on myself, and I've been looking at the product, doing a little product demo and things like that. And yeah, I might as well do it again just in case there are new people here. So if you've been here before, you can zone out for the next 5 minutes. You can go and get a cup of coffee because I'll just be going back over the beginner info for folks who maybe this is their first live stream that they've watched. So I'm going to do that, and then specifically today, I'm going to talk about the work that I got done today. Again, a really productive day again. For example, I added a community bot to our Telegram channel. Just something that I had as an idea that it lets you see the win rates of the bot. So now anyone in the Telegram group can use a command to see the 24-hour win rate and the 7-day win rate and see the top winners as well. So which symbols, which trades, which direction were the best trades for the last 24 hours or the last 7 days. I have also been working on the docs. So I said yesterday that what I need to do is, as we expand, as our user base grows, that I need to make more content available for users to help them. So public facing help content. So I was building the docs today. I'll be adding the section to the website probably today as well or tomorrow. And the other thing I was doing was I decided to use Jira for the public board. So I wanted to make a public Kanban board so everyone can see the ideas I have, what I'm working on right now, what's in progress, what I'm testing, and all of the features that are already implemented. So I just felt that this would be like a really nice way for the people who want to dive into the project. They can dive back through the history of the project really, because I've added most of the tasks that I've done since I began this 5 months ago. I've added a very comprehensive list of the implementation path, basically, of this entire product. So I spent a fair bit of time on that today, and I just felt it would be something nice to do. I decided on Jira. In the end, I just felt it had the nicest looking board to share publicly. The other products that I tried, they just didn't look good to me. What I would be able to share live, sorry, share publicly. So I'll have a public version of this board that anyone can look at. It'll be live, basically up to date, because I'll be using it every day. So as I move things from, say, the to-do list into in progress and into testing, you'll see it move across the board. Yeah, so that was the work today. And just in the back end then, I've been doing, usually I do a weekly review when it comes to the weekend. I do a comprehensive analysis of the log data from the bot. So it's fired probably hundreds of thousands, or it's done hundreds of thousands of checks of potential candidate trades, candidate signals rather, in the back end over the past 5 months. It's fired about 33,000 signals over the past 5 months. Sorry, not even, since December 29th. That was the last figure that I checked. It was 33,000 from the 29th of December until today. So basically, I have mountains of data that I've built automated processes for analyzing, for gaining insights from the data, and then using it to optimize the product. So that was another major task that I usually do at the weekend. And then the other major task then is just catching up on any progress, any new research on futures in academic research, any new industry best practice, any new developments in the market that I can use, again, to optimize the edge that the bot has. So as I was saying, for the first 5 minutes now, if you have been here before, you can skip this because I'm going to just go through the slides that I always go through. And so if you come back in 5 minutes, it'll be the new stuff. But this is just for anyone who's never come to one of these before. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the product, myself, what I've built, why I've built it, what you use it for. So basically, the product is called Upscalp. This is something that I started building 5 months ago. I started building it as I was looking at the signs growing that we were about to enter a bear market. And I'm primarily a spot trader, and I just thought this might be a good time to start looking into futures because I haven't before. And I thought I'm an engineer by training and I have a technical background. I could build something to help me with it. So to give you the background in me, I'm the founder and developer. It's a team 1 at the moment. I don't have anyone else on the team currently, but who knows, if this continues, we may expand the team in the future. So my background is in engineering, specifically in product design, creating new products, and I've worked in every area of product development teams, from the research and development side, the design side, testing, quality control, and lately, say for the last 4 or 5 years, I moved into UX, which is user experience, and into content. I've been involved in crypto since 2021, and again, because that's what drives me, even in those early days, I'd say within about 5 months of getting into crypto in 2021, I was already part of a product team, and we were developing a product called Peachfolio, which was a portfolio tracker, and it was the best portfolio tracker that I've ever used, and I've been telling people in my community that I miss it every day. So this was an amazing product, and it really gave me a foothold, really gave me an amazing start, because the Peachfolio team were superb across the board. Really, really superb team. So being part of that experience, I was the head of content for Peachfolio. It was incredible. It really set me up for developing products that meet the needs of crypto users and fill gaps in the market. Why did I build this? Where did it come from? Well, my feeling was that for most crypto traders, because of the speed and the volume of information in the market, they often fail because the market is moving faster than they can absorb. So there are potential trades everywhere. It can be very overwhelming. And then if you're trading by instinct, or if you haven't got a system, if you're very, very disciplined, you may have a system, and you maybe have a way of trading that you're able to observe coldly and optimize. But for most people, that's too much. It's really beyond most people to have that level of diligence with their trading. So when something goes wrong for you, there isn't really much that you can do to figure out what went wrong, or why it went wrong. So specifically, what I think these traders are missing are understanding of the general market context, some risk controls to mitigate impulse decisions, costly impulse decisions, and then this feedback loop that informs your future trading based on past performance. So you can't improve what you can't measure, is what I've said here. What we really want is repeatable decisions, repeatable high quality decisions, and less noise. So you want high quality setups and clear risk under pressure so that you can make good decisions about your trades. And this is what Upscalp gives you. So specifically, it's giving you signals with context. We have 30 plus detection strategies that are constantly running 24/7 in parallel. And what they deliver are structured setups. So with a lot of context, a lot of information, and with target entries, target leverage, target take profits, and stop losses. There's a quality scoring system delivered to you in a very user-friendly format, because I'm very, very passionate about developing user-friendly products. And it's in that user-friendly format so that it helps you decide faster if it's a trade that you want to enter or not. And definitely one of the underlying tenets constantly as I built this product right from the beginning is capital preservation first. So risk protection, protecting you from, as we say, make unnecessary risks. So we want to make gains and avoid dumb risk, basically, is again another mantra that I've had right from the beginning of this development of the project. Specifically in the back end, how each signal is being prepared. There's a scan phase. So just from data, again, from the data that the bot is generating itself, from academic research, from industry best practice, this is in the early days of Upscalp, before I automated anything. This is all done by me manually. I decided to build a product that just looked at the top 50 by volume. And specifically, this is just where I found the most repeatable strategies that I could apply. What was within that top 50 by volume, and reducing the amount of noise that disrupts the strategies and leads to poor choices. So it's scanning that constantly. Binance is the data source at the minute, but I have 3 fallbacks. So there's always plenty of data for the bot to use. What it does then is the detection phase. So according to these 30 plus strategies, detecting potential candidate setups. And then it goes into the validation phase. So it's quality checks, scoring, etc. There's a risk framing stage as well. So there are risk gates that, again, analyze the candidates and look for things like, say, if it's a short and the market is turning long, then there'll be a penalty for that candidate signal because it's going against the direction of the market. And then finally, they get delivered to you in Telegram in very user-friendly format. There are 3 products as part of the Upscalp family, and I was telling the Telegram group yesterday that I have 5 planned. So there is actually another 2 products that will be part of this family as well. At the moment, what is public at least is the Lightbot, which is free during the PumpFun Hackathon. You get 30% of the signals that the premium bot gets, and you get a range of the useful notifications that the premium bot gets as well. So there are summaries of the market conditions, there are market trend shift notifications, so very useful if you are someone who looks at the sentiment of the market. And then there are exposure warnings. So for example, if there were a lot of short signals in the last hour or so, and the market has turned bullish, then there'll be an exposure warning telling you that you may want to check these shorts if you previously opened them. You may want to close them because the market has turned against them. With the premium bot, which is available for 0.5% of supply or 5 million tokens, you get the full signal flow. So all of the available signals, you get those notifications again, but you also get watch list reports. So what these do is they observe all symbols and all strategies. So all pairs, all strategies, and they look at what is hot and what is cold. So the way I characterize them is a pair or a strategy is hot if it's had 3 wins in a row. It's cold if it's had 3 losses in a row. There are other factors as well, but those are the 2 most important factors. The other feature that you get in the premium bot is the still good checker. So this is if you have missed a signal and you're still interested in trading it, but you're not sure if the signal is still valid, you can use the still good checker to check, is a trade still good? Basically, you enter the symbol and it will check the most recent signal for that symbol, and it will tell you if it's still good to enter or not. The third product then, which is not publicly available right now, is the Upscalp API bot for automated execution of trades. I've been currently testing that for the last month and a half, and I'd say it's about 2 months away because, as I tell my Telegram community, I risk my money before you do, so I want to make sure that this product is very effective before anyone except me risks their money with it. Okay, to wrap up with the roadmap, I'm actually going to skip this part because this is the part that we're going to get into in a minute with the Jira board that I created. And yeah, you're already with me for today, but we're live streaming every single day for the length of the hackathon, which the closing date for the hackathon is Tuesday, but I'd be guessing that they won't announce all of the winners for quite a long time after that. So we may be live streaming every day for a few more weeks yet. All right. So at this point, after I do that presentation, I'm just going to cycle through all of the sources that we're streaming on today. So just no questions there on X at the minute. Let's just check in notifications, see if anyone's asking any questions here. And then I'll check PumpFun and Telegram as well, just to see if there's any questions to answer. Let's see. Dev with the top shelf communicating, love to see this. Okay, thank you very much, Snoop. Real work gets real results. Thanks, Phil and Bambi. Yeah, we're definitely not stopping. We're doing this every single day. I'll just quickly check Telegram if there was any questions there. There aren't. Okay, and just quickly check PumpFun as well. Don't think that there's anything there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no questions. Okay, so I'm going to dive into, this is getting into the new stuff. I'm going to dive into what I was talking about, that the stuff that I specifically did today and that I'm going to be sharing from now on. And the first thing I'll dive into is the Jira board that I created. So this is a thing called a Kanban board. I've been using these for about 30 years, I think, in various areas of my working life. So this is one that I've created for Upscalp. And what you see here is 5 different kind of channels here. You've got the idea channel, which are things I haven't fleshed out fully yet. They're yet to be researched properly, so I can't work on them just yet. So they're in the idea development stage. I got the things that I'm working on at the moment. Sorry, to do. We've got the in progress things. So these are things on my list that I'm actually working right now. Testing phase. So some items that are actually they're live in my staging environment in the back end, not live publicly in the production environment just yet. and then the list of the things that are done. So just taking a quick look, if I scan down through here, you'll see I was very comprehensive about the done items. So like I've added a load of stuff. This is pretty comprehensive about all of the things that I've done so far. Similarly, in the ideas column, you'll see there's quite a lot of stuff there. You feel free to flick through them. I've put small descriptions in them. I may just jump into the in progress, probably the one that makes the most sense to start with. As I was saying, I've got automated research. This is stuff that I was doing manually initially at the beginning of the project. And I've built processes then to help me do this automatically. Just again, looking for the most recent academic research and industry best practice about futures trading. Today I was building help content. I'll show you that in a second. That'll be the second thing we look at. I've been working on longs for the API bot. So again, I was sharing this in the Telegram group today, just that this is the biggest thing I think that I'm working on the API bot at the moment, testing that. Again, the API bot is extremely good with shorts, but in conditions where it should be firing some longs when the market has turned up a bit again, it's not. So longs are too quiet at the minute. So there's days when the API bot is trading a lot, and there's other days right now when it's really quiet. So obviously, ideally, you'd want it to be trading in all conditions. And again, the next item there, the market regime optimization for transition markets, specifically in those transition markets where it's falling down a little at the minute. Just because it's been a few weeks since I've done this, I'm going to do a review of the risk framing. So those protections that protect your capital, basically from dumb risk. It was probably the trickiest thing to get the balance right, and it, I would say, took me 3.5 months of the 5 months so far was getting that risk balance correct. Because initially the bot went like way back 4 months ago, it would fire some great signals and it would fire some terrible ones. And what I had to find was that balance between risk and opportunity. So I spent a lot of time. I really went the wrong direction, I could say. I overcompensated initially because obviously bad trades are pretty hurtful. They feel almost worse than the good ones. So losses feel worse than wins. So I would say I went too far with the risk gates initially. And then it was a very gradual process of testing them and rolling them back to get that balance. And as I say, that was about 3 months of solid work, about 40 hours a week of really fine-grained tuning of the risk to make sure that it's a very healthy balance of opportunity and risk. And then currently this one, I won't dive too much into this right now, but maybe something that would be worth having a full session on. I have a lot of what I call shadow strategies running right now. So these are extra parameters that I'm testing, but they're not affecting the signals at the minute. It just, they get logged basically. That's it. So they're shadow processes. So they're running, but they don't affect the final signals at the minute. And I run these because there are new parameters, new techniques I want to try, but I don't want to disrupt the production signals right now until I know that they're good parameters to include. And just I'll quickly touch on what I'm testing right now. So I was telling the Telegram community yesterday that I'm into, say, API bot testing phase 2 at the minute. So it's stable, it's working well in certain conditions, but yeah, it's a monitoring phase, I'd say. So it's constantly analyzing the log data and tweaking it. I built the Upscalp community bot today, and that's currently live. So we're testing that in the Upscalp community on Telegram right now. Something that looked like it could be very useful was this idea, the equity curve idea that I've added, which is basically like a short circuit breaker for shorts. And particularly because the bot is working so well with shorts, but something it's firing so many that I felt I needed like this extra layer of protection. So again, it's risk mitigation to help with profitability from shorts. And same with the next one as well, quality gates. So just looking again more fine grained. So we've got it working very well for certain short strategies, but I need to make sure that short strategies that are not doing so well don't affect the firing of trades for short strategies that are doing well. So the data is a little bit pooled at the minute. It's a little bit of generalized. So it's just adding that stratification and a bit more fine-grained analysis of each particular short strategy. to make sure that each of them fires at the right time, and each of them, very importantly, gets disabled at the right time. So there's automated enablement and disablement of the strategies that actually work in the API bot. Strategies have to have a win rate of over 55% to be active for the API trading bot. And if they drop below that win rate, they get automatically deactivated. So it's again stratification, refinement of that. So strategies get re-enabled faster when they should, and disable faster when they should as well. And then the last one, I did notice, say, like, again, this is just because I do see new market conditions that I haven't faced before for the bot. And we had these recovery phases lately that I don't think the API bot caught all that well. So again, this is improving this so that when we do have these sudden market trends, it detects trend shifts, it detects them much quicker. And for example, what really should have happened in the latest one was the long strategies should have been firing loads of API trades, and they weren't. So I definitely had to look at this and see how I can optimize it. Yeah, so as I say, I'm going to share this soon. I'm going to take another look at it later and just make sure that it's nicely explained and there's plenty of detail here. And then I'm going to share this publicly on X, on Telegram, and on PumpFun. And you will see it updated every day, basically, as I work through the tasks that are here, as I add new tasks, as I finish tasks and move them to done. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk about for today, and then I'll probably wrap it up, is the docs. So I have started on the docs. I'm going to use Gitbook. I'm going to just add typical kind of articles that I feel users will need, which is things like how you get started, how you read the signals, how you use them. Yeah, this one won't be live for a while, so well, at least for the API bot, I'm going to hide all the API bot articles. Yeah, setting up Telegram, setting up the API trading bot eventually when that gets released. How you verify your accounts, or how you get access. So if you hold 5 million tokens or 0.5% of supply, which is 5 million, how you get access. We have an anonymous, very, very quick and easy method for doing it through Telegram. So yeah, how you do that, just a little bit of explaining, and also some troubleshooting. Yeah, this should not exist anymore. I'm adding it here, but realistically, the bot should be incredibly robust right now, and there shouldn't be no situations where you don't receive signals. But if there are, we'll have a little bit of troubleshooting here for it. So yeah, I would expect that the docs will be here on the website. I'll just be adding them here after roadmap. You'll see a link for docs probably by tomorrow evening, I'd say. And that's it. So loads of progress today, really. Another very, very productive, very, very busy day. I'm just going to cycle through all of the socials again just to see if there are any questions. Let's refresh that, because I'll answer them, but I'm probably going to wrap up if there aren't any questions and get back to work, basically. No questions here. Let's just have a look on the live stream. I'm just going to refresh it just in case. There are no questions on Telegram. That's fine. Yep, none here either. I'm just going to check on PumpFun very quickly to make sure there are no questions there. Nope. Okay, so because it's Saturday and it's the weekend, we'll make this a quick one. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very, very much for checking in. We'll be here again tomorrow at probably 1700 UTC again, around the same time, I would say. If not, I'll send out a tweet and notifications in Telegram and PumpFun if I change the time. But delighted that you were able to watch today. I'm really, really happy to share what I've been working on today, and looking forward to hearing from you again. Thanks very much, and hope you get great use out of the bot this weekend. Enjoy. Thank you.